Okay, welcome to FM Tuition Academy. Okay, we'll be looking at writing molecular formulas when you are given percentages of elements. Okay, yes, area percentages. Writing molecular formulas when you are given percentages. Okay, for example, question 1, if they say write the formula of this compound, it has 30% carbon and 70% hydrogen. Okay, it has 70% hydrogen. How do you do it? It's simple. What do you do? The first thing you do is first you write the elements that I've given you. What two elements do you have? You use the letters. You've got carbon and hydrogen. So these are the two elements you have. Okay, we have got carbon and hydrogen. So there is carbon and hydrogen. And first, you also add the percentages. You ensure that the percentages add up to 100. First, you add this 30 and that's 70. If they add up to 100, you can proceed. If they don't add up to 100, there's a different way of solving it. So this 30 plus 70, it adds up to what? 30 plus 70 is 100%. So it means it's possible for us to solve this. So carbon is 30%. So on carbon you put 30%. Here you put 30. On hydrogen it's 70. You put 70. And then this is how you solve it down. So you say 30 divided by these percentages, you divide it by the mass numbers. What's the mass number of carbon? Carbon is 12. Mass number, not atomic number, mass. Because we are dealing with relative molecular mass. You remember? We are calculating the relative molecular mass. Relative molecular formula. So because we are dealing with a relative molecular formula, we need the masses, not the atomic numbers. The masses are the ones you use. Okay, the masses are the ones that are on top. Okay, in case some of you do not know the masses, the way they are presented on the periodic table, if you check this carbon, it looks like this. Okay, on the periodic table it looks like this: carbon, and then it has got a 6 down and a 12 on top on the periodic table. Now the masses are the ones that are on top. Okay, the masses are the ones that are on top, like this one, 12. Those numbers that are on top of the element, they're the ones that are masses, relative molecular. These are masses. So the ones that you're putting here. Even hydrogen. Okay, even hydrogen on the periodic table, it appears like this. It has got a 1 on top and a 2 down, but the one that you concentrate is the one on top, which is a 2. So it means even here you divide by 2. Okay, so 30 divided by 12. 30 divided by 12. What answer are we going to get? So we are dividing 30 divided by 12. You find that you get 2.5. 2.5. 70 divided by what? 2. It will be what? 35. Okay? When you reach a single number like this, what you do is you divide the smallest number on both sides. Okay? So which one is bigger here? 2.5 or 35? 2.5, I mean, which one is smaller? Sorry. 2.5 is smaller. So when you reach here, you divide again by 2.5. You always divide by the smaller one. 2.5, also this side divided by 2.5. Okay? So what are you going to have? 2.5 into 2.5 is 1. Okay? 2.5 into 2.5, it will cancel, it's 1. 35 divided by 2.5, what answer are we going to get? 35, you are dividing it by what? 35 dividing it by what? 35 divided by what? 2.5. You find that the answer is going to be 14. Okay? The answer is going to be what? 14. Okay? Am I correct? 35 divided by what? 2.5. What's the answer? 14. Yes. 14. 14. So it is actually what? It is actually 14. So what do you have there? 14. Okay? So therefore the formula is going to be carbon is what? This side is for carbon. So carbon has got 1. Hydrogen has got 14. Okay? So it is CH4. That CH14. That's the formula. Have you seen the way we have done it? Okay? We put the percentages. First we added the percentages. We found that the percentages were 100. And then we put the percentages on top. Here we put 30. There we put 70. When we reached there, we looked for the masses of carbon, which is 12, and also the mass of hydrogen, which is 2. When you divide, you find 25 and 35. And then when you find 25 and 35, the smallest number is the one you divide. Since 2.5 is smaller, this is 2.5, don't get confused, 2.5. So 2.5 is smaller than 35. That's the reason why I'm dividing 2.5 both sides. So that 2.5 comes out, 2.5 comes out. And then 35 divided by 2.5. That's how you do it, guys. Okay? So we are proceeding, going to the next question. Question 2. Okay? So write the molecular formula of the compound if it has 68% sulfur, 68% sulfur, and it has got 60% sulfur rather, 60% sulfur and 40% 60% sulfur and 40% fluorine. Okay, sulfur and 40% fluorine. What's the formula like? So you put those. So I've got sulfur and fluorine. So first you say 60 plus 40. Are they adding to 200? 60% plus 40% will give me 100%. Okay, so meaning we can proceed. So sulfur is what? Sulfur is what percentage? As you can see, sulfur is what percentage according to the question? Sulfur is 60%. Okay, so sulfur is 60%. So on sulfur here, we'll put 60%. Phosphorus, fluorine, it is 40. Yes. So we divide now. So we are dividing these. So what do we get? We're going to say 60% divided by, what's the mass of sulfur? Sulfur, the mass is 32. Okay, not the atomic number, the mass number. Okay, sulfur looks like this on the periodic table. It has got 16 and 32. So the one that you pick is this one on top. Don't get confused. On the periodic table, the top one. Okay, so 40 over fluorine. Fluorine, it is number 9. Okay, because nitrogen is 7. So the mass number for fluorine is actually 19. Okay, 19, because fluorine is written like this. Okay, number 9, mass number 19 on the periodic table. So you pick this one. Okay, that's the one that you use. Okay, I'm just writing these ones for you. You're going to find them on the periodic table. I don't need to write them. Okay, these ones I don't need to write them. These you find them on the periodic table. Okay, so what is the 60 divided by 32? 60 divided by 32, guys. 60 divided by what? 32. So 60 divided by 32. 60 divided by 32. It is 1.875. It is 1.875. What is 40 divided by 19? 40 divided by 19. 40 divided by 19, guys. It is 2.105. Of course, the number continues. I've just cut it to 4 digits because the first one I've also used 4 digits. Okay. So I'm removing this so that it doesn't interfere. I was just making you understand. Okay. We said when you reach here, what do we do? I'll write the number again here. I'll write it is 1.875. And then this one is 2.105. Okay. So when you reach here, remember I said the smallest number is one you divide. What's the smallest number? Usually the smallest number. It is 1.8. This one is 2. So I divide everywhere by 1.875. Even this side 1.875. I divide it here. Again, also that with that number again I divide it by 1.875. So this one comes out red. We have 1 there. What is the 2.105 divided by 1.875? Okay. Okay, 2.105 divided by, okay, 1.875. It is 1.1. Okay, 1.1226. Okay, so I'll round off. So this one will be 1. Even this one I round it off, it also be 1. Okay, to the nearest whole number. Okay, meaning I'm rounding off from where? From here, the nearest whole number. There's a point there, of course. So when I'm rounding off, I'll pick the 1. If this number was 5, then this side would be 2. Okay, this number would have been 2. If this number was 5 or more, this side would have been 2. Okay, but it is 1, 1. So it means the final formula, it is sulfur, phosphorus. Sulfur, it has got a 1. Also phosphorus has got a 1. That's the final formula. Simple and straightforward. Okay, sometimes it can come, write the formula for the compound that contains, write the formula for the compound that contains 50% carbon, 40% hydrogen, and 10% oxygen. Okay, so we're going to find what percentages we have. First, I put the compounds I have is what? Carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen. So what are the percentages of these ones? This one is 60. This one is according to the question, hydrogen is what? 40. Okay, carbon is 50. Carbon is 50, hydrogen is 40. Okay, carbon is 50 actually, not 60. Carbon, what's the percentage? Carbon is 50 here. Carbon is 50%, hydrogen is 40%, oxygen is 10. First you add 50 plus 40 plus 10. Are they reaching 100? Yes, so they're reaching 100%. We can proceed with the calculation. So you divide those percentages by the mass numbers of the elements. Okay, what's the mass number of carbon? 12. Mass number of hydrogen? 2. Mass number of oxygen? 16. You get those mass numbers from the periodic table. What is 50 divided by 12? What is 50 divided by 12? Simple and straightforward. 50 divided by 12, you analyze that. 50 divided by 12, it is 4.166. Okay? 20. 40 divided by 2, 20. 10 divided by 16. What is 10 divided by 16? 10 divided by what? By 16. It is 0.625. Okay? So I'll transfer those digits this side, 4.166, and then here it's 2, and then this is 0.625. Okay? So when you reach here, remember I said you pick the smallest number. You pick the smallest number. So from these numbers, which one is the smallest one? Is it this one starts with 4, this one starts with 2, this one is 0. So it means that starts with 0 is the smallest here. This is 0. So divide this 0.625 on both sides by all these numbers. You divide them by 0. These numbers here, you divide them by the same number, 0.625. You see, even there 0.625. Even there 0.625. So that number, you divide it everywhere. So to cancel there, it will be 1. And then 2 divided by 0.625. What answer are you going to get? 2 divided by what? 0.625. So 2 divided by 0.625, we've got 3.2. 3.2. Okay? And then 1.444. 1.444. That is 4.166, divided by 0.625. We've got 6.665. You see, those are the answers we have. So those are the answers. We've got 6.665, and then the other one is here it's 3.2, and then there it's 1. Okay? So when you reach a round off the nearest whole number, so this one, the nearest whole number, it will be 7 when you round off from here. Okay, 7. This one, you round off from there, it will be 3. This one is like this. So it means this one was for carbon, this one was for hydrogen, this one was for oxygen, according to the equation. So it means how many carbon? 7. How many oxygens? 3. How many hydrogens? 3. How many oxygens? 1. Same as I don't put. So this is the formula that we are looking for. Okay? Okay. So we're going to proceed to the next question. The next question, I don't know if it's example 3 or example 4. I don't know. So we're going to the next question. So look at this one. Now this one, the percent is not going to be there. If given that the compound has 50% carbon and 35% 35% sulfur. Write its molecular formula. Write its molecular formula. Okay, so which compounds we have here? We've got carbon and sulfur. Okay, so we put those lines, put carbon, you put sulfur there. Carbon is here, sulfur is here. Okay, carbon is here, sulfur is here. What percentages do we have? Percentages of sulfur percentage is 35. Carbon, the percentage is 50%. So we have got 35 plus 50%. We add them. Are they amounting to 100? Are they amounting to 100? What is the 35 plus 50? That is 85. It's not amounting to 100. Whenever it's not amounting to 100, the way you solve is different. Remember, the other ones are amounting to 100. When it's not amounting to 100, what you do is you subtract from 100. So it means 100 divided by 85. You find the remaining percentage. So 35, you divided by 100. What do you do? So 35 divided by 100. What do you have? Or 35 minus 100 rather. It is 65. So it means the remaining percentage, 85, 85 divided by minus 100. What's the answer? 85 minus 100. It is 15. So it means 15 is the remaining percentage. Okay? So meaning that I'll introduce a new element, and that element which you always introduce is called oxygen. You always introduce, whenever there is a missing percentage, you put oxygen as a missing element. So meaning here to be 85, here to be, carbon is what? Let's go back to it. Carbon is 50. Carbon is 50. Sulfur is 35. So sulfur is 35 here. Sulfur is 35 according to the question. Carbon is 50. And then oxygen will carry 15%. Okay? It will carry 15%. And then what do you have? You say this divided by mass number of 12. 35 divided by the mass number of sulfur is what? 6. It is 32. 32. And then oxygen is 15. Mass number of oxygen is 16. Okay? Then you divide. What is 50 divided by 12? 50 divided by 12. What answer are you going to get? So 50 divided by 12, the answer is 4.166. Okay? 35 divided by 32. 35 divided by 32. It is 1.093. 1.093. And then 15 divided by 16. What is 15 divided by 16? It is 0.9375. Okay? So those are the numbers that we have. We have got 4.166. The other number is 1.093. Then the last number is 0.9375. 0.9375. When you reach here, remember what I said? You always divide by the smallest number. So from these numbers that I have, which one is the smallest one? Is this one. So I'll divide this number throughout. So I'll divide this number 0.9375. I divide it by itself. 0.9377 there. 5. The same number I divide it also here. 0.9375. Even that number again I divide it by 0.9375. Okay? So this one into itself is 1 there. Okay? And then 1.093 we're dividing what? 1.093 divided by 0.9375. It is 1.165, and then 4.166 divided by 0.9375. we have got what? 4.4437. okay, 4.467. okay, this one, 4.467. okay, 4.44367. okay, so these are the answers. We said now round off these numbers to the nearest whole number. You remember these numbers, you're supposed to round them 4.437. The other number is what? 1.165. 1.165. The last number is what? The last number is 1. okay, so we said when we reach here, once we find these ones as the last numbers, you round off the next whole number. So we round off that there, also there you round off. So there it will be 4. When you round off, since here it's 4 here, if it was 5 you'd have added 1. Here you round off, here to be 1, there it will be 1. So it means my new element is carbon. This 4 is for carbon, and then this is for sulfur 1, and also oxygen 1. So it's the formula CSO, CS1O1. okay, now based on this knowledge you can try this exercise. okay, write the chemical, write the molecular formula, write the molecular formula of the following compound. okay, so carbon it is 60%. okay, carbon is 60%. C means carbon. I think by this time you know the chemical symbols. Hydrogen is the 40%. okay, actually let me not use this, let's use a different one. Let's put 90. Carbon 90%, oxygen 10%, here to be 10. okay, this is question 1. okay, question 2, write the formula of the compound with 40% sulfur, 50% fluorine, and 10% chlorine. okay, write that formula. 3, lastly, write the chemical formula, write the molecular formula, write the molecular formula of the compound. It has 30% carbon and 65% hydrogen. Okay, try that one. Okay, so that's all. Then this is the end. Try those.